Shooting at the range or at paper targets is easy.
2 rounds, stand by. Up.
But what are you going to do when the bad guys shoot back?
And then when somebody's actually shooting at me, I mean, this is the first time anybody shot at me, simulations or anything else. Well, except for once paintball. But playing like this.
Found out that if you don't move, you're going to get shot. You have to respond very quickly and utilize the space that you have. Otherwise, you're an easy target.
I think my thing was either move or get shot, or I'm just going to shoot you. You know, I'm trying to focus in on him where he's at and shooting him before I got shot. Wasn't worried about getting shot. I was worried about where I'm going to shoot him.
Hey, you're hot!
Okay, so how do you train for when the bad guy shoots back?
Sound off if you're up here!
The key is to provide realistic scenarios with great training.
Rich! Housing, let me see your hands! I'm just picking up my stuff. I used to live. Let me see your hands! Step out, let me see your hands! I used to live here. Let me see your hands! What's your problem? Both of them. Let me see your hands. I'm picking up my stuff. Step to me. Step to me? My stuff's here. Step to me. Step to me. Turn around. Step back to me. Turn around. Step back. Step back. Step back. Step back. Step back. Stop.
Okay, he's in custody. He's in handcuffs. He's out of play. All right.
You, let me see your hands.
Positions on this ladder. First position is standing. I'm up here.
But let's back up and take a look at some of the training principles that Christek teaches. You must breathe and relax. Remaining calm during a hostile encounter decreases stress and increases physical performance. Breath control is paramount to staying relaxed. Movement during physical engagement must be constant. If you are not in a momentary position of advantage, you must be moving. A good power base provides stability, mobility, balance, and sensitivity. And Christek says movement most often decides victory or defeat. Time and distance are interrelated factors in personal combat. Closing distance can decrease the adversary's ability to respond, while gaining distance can maximize our ability to counter-assault.
I'd love for you, but I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to.
After the principles of position, balance, distance, and movement are mastered, it's off to the range. The force-on-force training relies on special simunition cartridges that can only be fired from specially modified handguns.
Wilson, ready? Stand by. You're hot! Hit! Hit! You're hot! You're hot! Hit! You're hot! Hit!
And if you don't think there's an element of risk involved with using these cartridges, take a look at this.
You're hot!
When facing multiple opponents, you should try flanking when possible.
Moving. Remember we're stacking them. Get to the outside, start engaging. Maybe Tom is the no-shoot. Who knows? So I've got to engage him first, and then Tom.
It's a proven military battle tactic, and it allows us to use our opponent as a blocking force.
I'm gonna get down for you.
You're hot!
Good job. Stand by. You're hot! Oh, stand down. Stand down.
It didn't hurt.
Let's see. He moved to his right, so I wanted to stay online with him.
The next step of training is to learn how to use the barricades.
Now I've got all this to work with. I got standing, kneeling, low kneeling, up, over here, down. Switch. Now if I'm going to move up to this barricade, again, I'm not going to be going diagonal. I'm coming straight across. I'm just working this, trying to keep the barricade between myself and him. You're hot! Moving.
You must develop a hunter versus a victim mentality.
Hit, stand down. Put those guns up. Put the gun up.
Strive to dominate the adversary through directed and controlled aggressive action. The students who fared the best actually attacked the attacker. Christek says that fear for yourself must be turned into dedicated aggression towards your opponent. Remember, your objective is to prevail at all costs. Now it's time for final graduation. Role players Brian Hartman and Sean Hendrickson are going to be playing the parts of the bad guys.
Been dispatched to one of the housing units in your area of responsibility, and upon arrival it started out as a 911 hang-up, so more or less an unknown trouble call. You've been here before, you know that there are problems here all the time. You're always getting dispatched to this residence, and upon arrival the door's half open and you need to respond to what is going on inside. So you need to make some decisions about what you're going to do based on what you're seeing, what you're hearing, and then how you're going to resolve that situation. Okay? Any questions?
You've heard the scenario. You're responding to unknown trouble and you hear gunshots. Suddenly, you find yourself in a deadly gunfight. Will you know what to do? And will you know how you are going to respond?
This guy's shooting me. Help! Help!
Let's take a look at how a different pair solved the problem.
You're hot! Ah! 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 Ah!
You must read the situation and adapt to the circumstances. You will want to transition from tactic to tactic based on the threat and the environment.
Stand down.
Hurry, hurry! Oh my God, get that gun away from me! Help! Help! He's got a gun!
And you will want to avoid meeting your opponent's expectations.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
The two responding officers don't know it yet, but they're about ready to walk into a situation where an armed man is holding a hostage.
Hurry! Hurry! Help! Help!
Police!
Help! 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 Help!
Hostage situation.
Hurry!
I'm gonna go in. You follow me.
Ready? Help!
Realistic? Yes. Stressful? Of course. But this is the kind of training that can save your life when you are faced with a deadly encounter.